He reported the food missing to get a refund. I caught him eating it. The vibration in my pocket didn't feel like a text message, it felt like a foreclosure notice. I was sitting at a red light, the engine of my 2012 Honda Civic idling with a rough, rhythmic shudder that reminded me I needed an oil change I couldn't afford. I pulled the phone out of the mount, expecting another $4 offer for a 10-mile drive. Instead, the screen was flashing red. A crimson banner stretched across the top of the Dasher app, blocking out the map, blocking out the hope, blocking out the sun. Contract violation. Order not delivered. The customer for your recent delivery at Oishii Sushi has reported they never received their food. I stared at the screen. The light turned green. The car behind me honked, a long, aggressive blast, but I didn't move. I couldn't move. My hands were frozen to the steering wheel, gripping the cracked leather so hard my knuckles turned the color of old bone. No, I whispered. The sound was swallowed by the hum of the heater. No, no, no. I checked the time. 1:15 p.m. I had dropped that order off exactly 7 minutes ago. It wasn't a leave at door order. It was a hand it to me order. I remembered it perfectly. I remembered the house, a sprawling, white brick colonial with a manicured lawn that looked like it had been cut with nail scissors. I remembered the customer. Kevin. A guy in his early 20s wearing a backwards fitted cap and a t-shirt that probably cost more than my weekly grocery budget. I remembered looking him in the eye. I remembered handing him the massive, heavy paper bag stained with the condensation of expensive fish. Thanks, boss, he had said. He even gave me a fist bump. A literal fist bump. And now, 7 minutes later, Kevin was telling the algorithm that I was a thief. He was telling DoorDash that I had stolen his lunch. For Kevin, this was a free meal. A life hack he probably saw on TikTok. A refund of $142.50 to spend on video games or crypto. For me, this was rent. I had 3 days to come up with $800. I was grinding 12 hours a day. 1 contract violation puts your account at risk. 2 gets you deactivated. I already had one from a month ago when a restaurant forgot a drink and the customer blamed me. If this violation stuck, I was fired. I was done. I was sleeping in this car. I felt the heat rising in my neck, a prickly, radioactive sensation that started at my collarbone and crawled up behind my ears. My vision went a little blurry at the edges. It wasn't just anger. It was the primal, cornered animal panic of poverty. I pulled the car over into a gas station lot. I put it in park. I looked at the app. Kevin reported, order never arrived. I looked at the map. The blue dot of my location. I was 3 blocks away. I didn't think. I didn't weigh the pros and cons. I didn't consider the terms of service, which strictly forbid returning to a customer's address. I threw the gear shift into drive. I spun the steering wheel hard to the left, my tires screeching against the asphalt. You want to play games, Kevin? I hissed through my teeth. Let's play. I drove back. I didn't speed, but I drove with a terrifying, focused precision. I turned back onto Oak Creek Drive. The houses were large, silent, and imposing. I saw his house. 4022. And then, I saw the scene that made my blood boil. What I'm about to capture on my phone camera isn't just evidence. It is a portrait of pure, unadulterated entitlement. You might think Kevin would be hiding inside, eating his stolen loot with the blinds drawn like a smart criminal. But you'd be wrong. By the time I walk up that driveway, Kevin isn't going to be worried about indigestion. He's going to be facing a felony charge. Click here to watch full video.